Did he say we're live?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'd like to call to order the Eureka Springs Hospital Commission meeting on September the 19th at 6:01. Roll call, please.
Mike Dwyer, Commissioner.
Kate Dreyer, Commissioner.
Angie Shaw, CEO.
Sharon Doremus, Commissioner.
David Carlisle, Commissioner.
Judy Giggy, Secretary.
And I'm Barbara Dix, Chair. We have a quorum. Motion to approve the minutes from August the 15th, 2022.
So moved.
Second.
Okay. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Minutes are approved. Motion to approve the agenda as written.
I make a motion that we approve the proposed agenda.
I'll second it.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Agenda is approved. I don't see any public out there for comments. Do y'all? No. Okay.
No comment.
Well, Kent Turner is not here right now, so we'll skip over his treasurer's report, and we'll go into committee reports with hospital construction. Mike?
Okay, so I sent out everything on McClelland,
McKellen.
or McKellen, I'm sorry. We'll call it MCE. That's their,
Okay.
their name.
Okay.
So in saying that, the geotechnical engineering, if you look through, you see their qualifications. They meet and supersede any need that we have. They do have relative experience in healthcare on quite a few different levels. The Northwest Arkansas group is the one that actually has the geotechnical engineer in-house. So with that being said, it's more on a local level. All the individuals that I have discussed this company with have gave them good reviews. So at this point, wanting to move forward on this, I just wanted everybody to see this and see if anybody had anything to say before we went into a construction meeting, which I'll talk more about in just a few. So with that being said, please look this over. Make sure that there's no objections to this. Due to the fact that it's under the 20,000 threshold, we do not once again have to go out for bidding processes and things like that. So really it's just making sure that we have a competent vendor. So at this point, I really feel like this is a good company. I wasn't familiar with them at first, but the people I've talked to, like I said, they were positive. So so at this time, please review those. They were sent out. I had Barbara send them to you. Printed these, make sure you could look at them. If you know anything, please let me know. But if not, we will hold a meeting soon with the construction group, and I would like to at least, if there's no further objections, be able to at least, make a motion to approve this company to move forward at any time. Right now, they do have the prints. They know they're looking at them. So rather than to slow anything up, I would like to make a motion to approve this company as our geotechnical engineering group.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? I will say that this group has done work in Eureka Springs for years and years, so they know the area. And I think that is a really good choice. Thank you. Okay. Kent is on the building finance part of the hospital, and he's not here, so we'll skip over that. Angie, it would be your turn for the CEO report.
Okay. I did hand out a copy to everyone. we'll just go through it. COVID testing in August was 245 tests. That's down from 278 in July, so it was down about 11%. 31%, it actually dropped 31% in positive cases. We had a total of 37 positive cases out of those tests. We will soon be offering the bivalent vaccine. Our pharmacist is currently working on obtaining it. Once it is confirmed in stock, we are going to announce that to the community and set up some vaccine clinics. We know there's been a lot of interest in that new vaccine that came out. Clinical services. Nursing has focused on education over the month of August. Most of nursing staff has completed their ACLS and PALS courses. These courses have to be renewed every 2 years. Our patient census days in August increased by 42% compared to August of 2021. And our swing bed census days for August increased by a little over 200% compared to August of last year. So we've seen a little more swing bed patients than we had before. And they're staying longer for care. Greg, our respiratory therapist that came to us last May, a year ago, is retiring in October. We are actively searching to fill his position. His last day will be October 25th, so if you see him, just let him know that he has been an integral part of our team for the last year, and he will be missed. We do have some new team members in nursing and dietary, and we are actively searching for more nursing staff. ER numbers for August were down compared to last August. The census as a whole is still up by 10% for the year and 20% pre-COVID patients. The UAMS Institute for Digital Health and Innovation Stroke Program Conference is being held this week. Joy, the ER director, and I will be attending. We'll leave tomorrow and attend the conference for Wednesday and Thursday. Business office and the clinic. Got some good news finally. The clinic is planning our reopening date as October 3rd. Dr. Embry, Marissa, our clinic manager, and Nurse Nancy completed training today. They will be working on some final projects the rest of the week in preparation for that opening date. We also have some new team members in this area in admissions, central scheduling, and we also hired an accountant as of today. She will be joining the team here shortly. In health information management, Bree Fisher, our HIM director, completed her education program and sat for her certification boards this past Thursday, and she passed. So she is now our RHIT certified, which stands for Registered Health Information Technician. That keeps us in compliance with our critical access. So if you see her, tell her congrats. It's been a long road. Maintenance. Last week was National Environmental Services Week. Of course, our teams were celebrated. They are a great team and keep our hospital shipshape. Currently, maintenance is still working on the clinic update. All of the rooms have been updated and completed. We're currently waiting on the concrete work, which apparently we are on a wait list for concrete. But we're hoping that will come here within the next week. The molds are in place that create the stairs and the walkways. We just need the concrete. IT, Simon has put up the second COVID check-in kiosk. It has been placed in the ER. This kiosk works like the employee entrance kiosk. Visitors will be able to come in. They're going to be asked a series of COVID questions and have their temperature checked through the kiosk. If anything is out of order, it'll immediately alert the nurse and admissions. Marketing, Sam wanted me to let you know her marketing report will be sent out tomorrow, so keep an eye out for that in your email, but here are some highlights from the last month. As you know, the Carroll County Fair was held August 24th through the 27th. We did have a manned booth during that time. We provided stroke and trauma education materials, and it seemed to go over well. It's been our first time back at the fair after many, many years of being absent. The Eureka Springs High School Rotary Interact Club Golf Tournament was held on Monday, August 29th. We did sponsor this. Unfortunately, that tournament was rained out, but they still had a turnout for the auction, and it still raised a lot of money for a good cause for scholarships.
Okay, any questions for Angie? We'll move on to Bill. You're up.
I was on mute there for a minute. Let's turn to our first page, which has our bank balances as of the end of August. And I would like to point out that we have a increase over that of July of $110,000. But in that same breath, unfortunately, Medicare did an interim rate review for the month of year of 2022, and they indicated that we owe them $146,000. When we submitted the 2021 cost report, we owed them $415,000, which we paid, and they lowered our reimbursement rates at that time, but not enough. So they've done this first interim rate review based on that 2021 cost report. They're indicating that we owe them $146,000. What will transpire after we repay that $146,000, I will do an August 8-month interim cost report, which I hope to have done this week, and report that to Novitas, who is the Medicare intermediary, and hopefully get our rates further adjusted and possibly even show that we are at a break-even position, because I did a June interim cost report and it indicated that Medicare actually owed us $7,000. So I'm hopeful that once the dust settles, it will be positive and our rates will be appropriately set, and we will move forward from that position for the rest of this fiscal year, calendar year. On the next page, the good news is that for the month of August, just under $1.5 million in gross revenue. And I point out that that's 15.4% higher than last year. I got to
Excuse me,
thinking
Bill?
about it. I said, well, how does that, yes.
Which is this next page?
Oh, I'm sorry, it shows the revenue and usage summary. It's a rather busy page.
It's on the back of the first page, on the front, or the back of the,
We're saving paper.
yeah, it should
I
be
apologize.
after the, oh, hold on. Oh,
After the cash balances report, there
Okay.
should
Yeah.
be a revenue
Should
usage summary.
look one that's
Okay.
striped.
Thank you for, hey, anytime y'all need to stop me and slow me down, please do.
Thanks.
I don't have a script. I just make a few notes and wing it from there. But just under $1.5 million. Our average for this year through 8 months is $1.307 million. And so I looked at it, and the last 4 months we've been above that average. And our bad months were February, March, and April. So we're 15.4% above gross revenue from last year. That's a good indication that our patient volumes are doing well. On the next page, which should be the income statement, and there's several items there I want to point out. As we move down the page, we get to net revenue. just over $6 million, which includes our other operating revenue. That is $24,774 per calendar day through 8 months. As we move through the next section, the total operating expense is at $23,518 a day. So we have a profit from operations per day of $1,256. The next section has depreciation in it, which is a non-cash expenditure. So I just looked at the last 3 items in that area: interest income, interest expense, and other non-operating revenue, which is the monthly accrual for the home health agency lease payment that is made to us. That's $708 a day. So the $1,256 plus $708 is just under $2,000 a day net cash flow, if you will. So I was pleased with that. We're showing a $351,806,000 profit year to date. And with critical access being what it is, I'm pleased with that. I really am. Let's move on to the next page, which will be our balance sheet. Just a couple of items of note there. You'll see our, what I would call, as of the end of August, our accrual basis cash position, $3,503,000 versus last month, $3,339,000. That's an increase of $164,000. Our patient accounts receivable is coming down, which, to be honest with you, it had been high prior to the start of this calendar year. So I'm pleased that the accounts receivable keeps coming down. And it's coming down in a good way. We're not writing it off, we're collecting it. So that's a good thing. I will point out under the liabilities section that our accounts payable, $403,000 versus $325,000. That's a $78,000 increase, which is I would consider that a negative increase, but the cost of operations for supplies, drugs, everything, including salaries, which is not part of accounts payable, has increased. And so the cost of operations continue to go up for critical access. And that is the report that I have tonight. I'm pleased with where we are financially. We'll deal with this Medicare deal. I did note that today, through accounts collections on our accounts receivable, we had a $180,000 deposit today. So I was surprised by that. I've yet to research that with anybody at the hospital to find out what brought that about, but I'm pleased with it. So our cash position is still remains strong, and we're in a good place right now through August.
Bill, I've
Sir.
got a question. Early on, you mentioned that Medicare was adjusting our rates. Did you say
Yes, sir.
they were decreasing what they pay us? Is that right?
Yes, sir. We're suffering from our inpatient volume is not that strong. So what they do to the inpatient side of things, increases or decreases, really don't drive much. It's on the outpatient side. So we're getting over reimbursed on our outpatient side of our business. And with what happens is our expenses other than inflation stay about the same every month. So picture them as a flat line. And then think about our revenue. Our revenue has been increasing this year over that of last year. So as revenues increase and expenses stay the same, we're getting overpaid when we see a Medicare customer. Now,
Okay, so they're
think about
adjusting, the rates move on some kind of sliding scale to keep it rational in the long run?
well, they are to pay us cost.
Gotcha.
And
Okay.
so far this year, they're paying us on historical costs from last year. And because our revenues are up 15% over last year, we're getting overpaid. And it's nothing we've done, there's nothing we've done wrong. It's merely a function of how Medicare reimburses, and it's on a historical basis.
So it's a trailing adjustment is what it boils down to?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
That's what it boils down to. At the end of the year, we'll submit a cost report, and we'll settle on that cost report. And I hope with this rate adjustment that they've done, that will correct the ship, if you will, get us on a straight line, and through the rest of this year, we'll be, we won't have an overpayment or a severe underpayment.
Thanks.
Anybody else have any questions for Bill? Thank you, Bill.
My
Appreciate
pleasure.
you.
Hey, it's my birthday, too.
Well, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. And somebody turned 65 today, but we're not going to talk about him just yet.
It'll be all right, trust me.
It's just a number. It's just a number.
Our next item is we need a motion to approve credentialing for Dr. Daniel Jones, Dr. Thomas Embry, and Dr. John House, and Dr. Jeffrey Bell. I have signed these credentials. They're at the hospital if you ever want to see them. Every year or 2 years, doctors that are in our hospital have to have credentialing, which is what Bree does. And so normally the chair signs, and I did. And so I need a motion for the minutes to say that we approve their credentialing.
Make a motion that we approve the credentialing.
Thank you.
I'll second it.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, now we're going to commission comments. Mike, I'll start with you.
The only thing that I really have is, I would like to shoot for September 26th for our construction meeting, the first one. More of a meet and greet and discussion on MCE and a couple other things, and maybe even have Tom there, the architect. So that's my goal, is to shoot for September 26th. I will speak with Kent and a couple others just to make sure. I'd like to do it a little earlier, around 4 p.m., so we'll see if that can be done. And I'll send out notice to you as well as the members.
Okay, do you know where you want to have it?
There's been multiple discussions. I may hold it up at the middle school library. There's a nice Zoom area and things like that, so if somebody wanted to join via Zoom, they could do that as well.
And who would be coming to these meetings, this meeting?
This would be, of which we had a list. You remember who?
I mean, the kinds of people, it's not just
It's not, it's
just any
right.
Of course, it'll be open to public.
open to public.
And then we
So
have,
is that the committee, the construction?
yeah,
committee?
the construction
Okay, so I-
committee. Yeah,
Yes.
you're one of, and then, of course, I believe we have the mayor and a couple others that are coming in that are part of the committee, but it's open to public, so.
Yes, and we will let Kim know so she can let the press know.
Question, what time of day?
4 o'clock?
4 o'clock. Please include me on the Zoom. I'd like to attend.
Okay, absolutely.
You bet.
And that's for this Monday, is that the 26th?
Yeah, the following, yeah.
Okay.
Keep your
I have,
calendar out.
I do have another meeting that afternoon, but I can, I would like to attend, so
Okay.
I'll do the best I can.
Great, thank you.
Okay. So Katie, do you have comments?
Well, just please pass on to Ms. Fisher. Great job. It's a lot of hard work. I can only imagine how happy and relieved she's feeling. But thank you so much to her.
Judy?
No comment?
No comment? David?
No
No?
comment, thank you.
Sharon?
No comments.
Okay, I really don't have any comments either. And Angie, if you still have your calendar out,
I do.
Our next workshop meeting will be at noon on the first Saturday of October, and I didn't get that date down.
That is October 1st.
October 1st. And that's at Main Stage. And then our next regular meeting here will be at 6 PM on Monday, October
The 17th.
the 17th. Okay, and so with that, I would take a motion to adjourn.
I motion to adjourn.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. Okay, we are adjourned.
Thank y'all. Good night.